Right, this is my third game that I've recorded, and I'm now adding commentary to. Again, as you can see, I'm using the M2. I actually enjoy having a lot of fun with this little tank, as it's so quick and can get around so fast. And I normally go off to the left, but I also normally take the far left street. This time I'm taking this one, and as you can see, I'm kind of weaving a little bit. It's a bit hard to get the steering right with these, because when you touch left or right, it doesn't just move a little bit like you like. It tends to sort of move a bit too much, so instead of ending up going straight, you end up moving slightly to either left or right as you drive along. With the M2, I'm actually able to get up top here rather quickly, and well before any enemy tanks get up here. Usually if I'm using a heavier tank or whatever, it takes a lot longer. By the time I get to the top of that crest, the enemy tanks are already up here. As you can see, I've gotten to here, there's no enemy tanks here, so I decided to keep on going, and what I'm going to do is go around the back and into the enemy base. Here I go too much to the right and slam straight into the wall. Obviously my driver had too much Jack Daniels the night before, and here we are. I just shoot straight past this tank, and again I'm weaving in case he's trying to take a shot at me, and then straight down here. And basically straight ahead of me is the enemy base, and what I'm going to do is race around to the other side of that church, so that it's a lot harder for them to get a shot at me, because there's only basically two ways to sort of come at me. Here I've gone through. I was actually planning to race right around the other side and back around to my base from going up here around the other side here, but then at this point I decided to change my mind and go back and actually capture the base. Because I got to here and there was nobody here, so I thought, stuff it, I'll capture the base. And here I slowed down to get into position. What I want is to get right up against the wall, so the only way that the enemy can get at me is from straight ahead or off to my left. So here I am parking there, and the only two ways they can get to me, and with the tree in front of me, they're not going to bloody well see me straight away. So all these red markers I can see of the enemy tanks, they're the ones that are in the town square basically, and that. Look at the map down the bottom right, all the tanks are basically all up towards the centre of the game basically. And sitting here, I expect a tank to come around here, because basically if they want to come from that side, they've got to come in from around there. And as you can see, somebody's come along, and they're coming around, and I get a clear shot of them. They've just got a machine gun basically. And then at this point I thought, stuff it, I'm not going to stay here, because basically the game would have ended too soon. So I took off, and even though he's got a light gun, it's a multi-shotgun, and it is causing me some damage, and because I changed my mind, I'm now sort of putting myself on. What I should have done here also is stop to take out this tank properly. And I'm thinking, oh no, I'll just shoot straight up, because if you look above, an enemy tank has taken over our base. So what I'm now trying to do is get enough speed to race up the centre here and deal with the enemy tank that's taken over our base. Unfortunately, I'm wide open here, and I've come around right in full view, and I've got more tanks chasing me than I really realised I had, sort of thing. So I just started moving, and then they were able to take me out. And that was the fellow that took me out. And now I click to change position to another player. I get to this one, I'm not happy with his position, I want to get closer, so I change again to this fella. The enemy that's on our base is over there, and unfortunately this little fellow gets taken out straight away. So then I'm back to my tank, I come back, I'm back to this fella again, change and go to this one. He's closest to the base, and for some unknown reason he does not go to the base. He comes around here. He's got the armor, he could actually take on the enemy tank that's in there, but he gets there and he turns around. I mean, look at the red marker on the base. We're that close to losing the game, and this guy, or per player, decides they're going to go back here. It's like they can't make up their mind what they want to do. It's really frustrating. And of course, the enemy was dealt with. Or so I thought, but they weren't. We've actually lost the game because they captured our base.